It's about to go down, y'all, for real. People ain't got money for Christmas. These are all set up. Look at all the cameras, everything. These are gonna be classification centers. Look, they hardly got, I know, that's the garden center, but it's all cleared out pretty much in there. I've been telling y'all, wolves in sheep's clothing, all right? And listen, man, I feel it in my bones. It's about to go down. I told y'all about dynamic or kinetic architecture where they can flip it, turn it into something else real quick. You see these notched out places? All right, notch those out. I mean, this is gonna be like lines. This is gonna be like classification centers. And in the smaller cities, the rural areas, Dollar Generals popping up everywhere. This is another example, all right? They build these notches in there. There's an awning, there's these notches for what? Man, I've been to prison. I know what classification centers look like, all right? They can flip that into one so quick, so quick. It's got a kitchen, it's got a chow hall, medical, you know, everything. Everything, they got everything right here. And I believe underground tunnels, and they all have an American flag, like a military base. And they've recently redid the lighting. They use that as a form of psychological torture. They even use the colors that they use for a certain reason, because it does certain things to your mind. It's never dark. They may turn a few lights off at night, but there's always floodlights on, so it never gets dark. So they disturb your sleep, they disturb everything. I'm telling you, it hit me hard last night. I mean, bam! I was like, ooh. And listen, man, I'm here right now getting a few last minute things. There's no windows in Walmart's, nothing, all right? Listen, man, y'all please be ready, okay? And these big, huge warehouses that they built over the past 5 years, you know, huge, sitting on the highway empty.
Burning building, and then she left him and ruined his life. Kim Yosh was a star basketball player in South Korea. He had a bright future ahead of him, probably even going to the NBA, but it was all shattered in a single second. During a house fire, Kim risked his life to save his girlfriend from a burning building. He managed to get her out safely, but he got trapped and couldn't save himself. The horrible injuries he suffered were life-changing, but what happened next is even more disturbing. After seeing how he looks now, his girlfriend left him. And even worse, his basketball career was completely over. The sport he loved and the woman he loved were both taken from him in an instant. His fame and popularity came to a screeching halt. Everything he worked for his entire life was ripped away from him. And today, Kim lives in a small farm town far away from his basketball spotlight. His story is a painful reminder that heroes don't always get happy endings, but it's not over yet. Sometimes doing the right and noble thing leaves you broken and scarred. But he says he proves something even more powerful every single day. Real strength begins where glory ends. And true heroes are made when no one is watching. Kim now says he's happy and wouldn't change a thing. He's not even mad at his
Hollywood's most
ex-girl.
fearless comedians may have been silenced for saying too much. In July 2014, Joan Rivers was caught on camera outside a New York building. Paparazzi asked when America would see its first gay president. Joan smirked, then casually dropped a bomb. We already have one. And Michelle...
You heard about evil cities? What do you mean? There's this phenomenon that millions of people all over the world have reported. They get this overwhelming feeling of evil and dread whenever they're in certain American cities, right? What? Some of these cities are like Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Phoenix is one of them. They just report this overwhelming feeling of dread. And the way that they describe it, and it gives me chills talking about it, they describe it as the absolute absence of God. What? They say, imagine what what the world would feel like if God just completely left. That's the feeling that they get
right now,
when
but I'm
they're
gonna
in
put it in
this.
60 seconds. People are finding living worms inside the Reese cups that they bought at Walmart. These are not officially on a recall yet, but I wouldn't doubt if they would be. So if you are going to buy Reese's anytime soon, make sure you check them because we don't know where they're distributed from, but we do know they're at Walmart. 70 million of these rolling candies are recalled for a very serious reason. This is the blue raspberry flavor. It's what they look like. They're sold all over the place. Every single flavor is recalled, not just the blue ones. Millions of products from the Family Dollar were just recalled yesterday morning. This one's really crazy because it's almost every single over-the-counter medicine and medical device. There are so many items on this recall list that if you have anything medical related from the Family Dollar, it's most likely recalled. A bunch of ice machines on Amazon are also recalled. They look like this. There's a black lid and a blue lid. They make the Sonic ice, like the little nuggets. More than 6,000 air fryers were just recalled, so if you know anybody who uses them.
Oh, you son of a Babylonian. What have you done? This is DEFCON 1. And brother, this is why I don't go to these places. What in the Babylonian Baal worship is this? They seem to have 4 different fake gods. And people are dancing, singing, and praising. Now, I don't know what's going on. I don't go to these type of functions. But brother, this is how you can lose your soul. Lose your soul in 1 instant. So brother, if I was you, I would stay far.
The point is clear that you don't care and you just want everyone to see who you truly are. So just recently, Barack Obama would go on a Zoom call where he would show his support to a group of State House Democrats who fled from Texas to Illinois. In the midst of him showing his support to these people, you can see a stone-like object in the background with some very weird symbols on it, specifically meaning boy lover. Y'all must remember that these people follow the laws of karmic retribution, meaning they have to show us what they're doing or they're going to face bad karma for it. And let's not forget back in 2020 when Obama would go on an interview with Kamala Harris and they would only speak in code. And when you really understand what these code words actually mean, it's truly sickening. I can't believe this man hasn't been incarcerated yet. I'm gonna pin the code words down below so y'all can make out what he's saying, and y'all let me know what y'all
Lady
think.
Gaga is currently going viral because of how demonic her performance at the VMAs were. Some people are saying this was more demonic than when Sam Smith did his notorious performance at the VMAs. I mean, just take a look at this. Usually when I make a video like this, people are saying, oh, there's a deeper meaning, this is art, this is beauty. No, there is no meaning behind this one. In my opinion, this is dark. People are trapped in cages dancing. Everyone is wearing red. All of the lights are red. And she is just playing this dark vibrational music. And she is saying, dance or die.
Someone captured a giant creature in a cave, and no one knows what it is. Watch this. I've never seen a creature that looks like that. That thing is huge. So at first glance, it kind of looks like a centaur. Half man, half horde, but the top half kind of looks like a horse. Whatever this thing is, it's massive. Let me know what you think it is. As always, stay weird.
This is leaked footage of messages from another universe. Watch this.
Recently, a strange video went viral on the internet and left viewers shocked. A hunter had set up a trail camera to spot a prized deer in the Siberian forest. Instead of capturing deer, the camera recorded this eerie creature perched on the branch of a tree. It had a sharp beak, glowing eyes, and long claws, and its legs looked strangely human. Later that night, when the hunter came to retrieve the trail camera, the creature suddenly flapped its wings, as if warning him not to come closer, or he would face the consequences. Netizens later identified it as Mothman, but
So just head over to our page. There are multiple videos of infected across the UK. It is happening. I'm telling you, there is a zombie infection across the UK happening. Shh, get out of me.
They spotted a peculiar, tiny creature. It looked human, but it was very small, and had long, pointy ears, a long nose, a wrinkled face, and blonde hair. The creature was carrying a chicken from their farm, and as soon as it realized it was being recorded, it fled into the fields and never reappeared. The couple shared the video on Instagram and asked viewers to guess what it could be. One viewer said it might be a gnome, a deformed mythological creature said to guard hidden treasure. Suddenly, two strange creatures emerged from the bushes and began quarreling with each other. These creatures did not look ordinary. They had pointy ears, bulging eyes, and a greenish complexion. But the most mysterious thing was their tiny, human-like bodies. Although the man had been hunting for 25 years, he had never seen anything like them before. After a few seconds of quarrel, the creatures ran back into the bushes. There was a report of a stolen pet dog from inside a house. While checking the CCTV footage, the security guard noticed a creepy creature clinging to the wall, trying to break into the house. However, as soon as the dog started barking, the creature slipped back into the darkness along the wall. It had a pale white complexion.
Music to the world. I'm not sure if you're aware, but I created the world's most popular computer operating system.
No, of course. But as we all know, it wasn't actually you who created it. As a matter of fact, the predecessor of Windows, MS-DOS, was created by Gary Kildall, which you then basically stole from him for a couple of dollars.
It's not just development. There's a whole lot of important factors to running an enormously successful company like Microsoft.
So then let's leave the computer world for a moment. You have been a major spokesperson for COVID vaccines during the pandemic.
Yes.
What exactly makes you a computer engineer who didn't even program his initial product himself, a valid representative of the pharmaceutical industry?
I have read a lot of books about that
yes,
topic.
But how does that...
Wait a second. And met with specialists from the field all over the world.
Mr. Gates, with all due respect, how do you feel about it now? Now that it's becoming more and more evident that the medication you were promoting, whilst having heavily invested in it yourself, thus making billions of it,
this is not how the world works,
has caused countless injuries, side effects, and death.
That's a very immature way of looking at it, quite frankly.
So here's my final question to you. Is this a behavioral pattern?
What do you mean exactly?
Taking technology from other people that you don't understand, selling a product full of bugs, causing massive damage and profiting from it in the spectacular
documents that came out that talk about how there was cities built down in the ocean in a biodome. Tell me more. These documents that were exposing the fact that there's cities built in the ocean in these biodomes. There's many of them, and they were just embryos that were taken down there, and they were grown up to full adults, only knowing that that's where they live, and that anything outside of that is a black abyss and nothing else. Oh, goody. In these secret classified documents, it states that they're non-human entities that are in charge of this and that built these cities down in the ocean. Oh, fun! What happened if these people were taken from down there and brought up to the surface to learn that there's a whole world up here? Okay. Maybe one day we'll decide to explore the ocean again and let them up here. Oh, goody.
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53E. I just passed Patriots Lunch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road? What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back! for my truck and there's something in my bag.
Okay, so when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was
They're
it?
even going to be able to afford to quit our jobs. They're going to trap you.
You may have to pay your job if you want to quit. Stories like this Texas nurse who tried to switch to a better job ended up getting a debt collector at her door demanding money for training that she received on site, or this story of a cargo pilot facing a $20,000 lawsuit over job training expenses are super common now. These are all examples of training repayment agreement provisions, or traps, a new way that your boss is keeping you at your job and also keeping wages across the board lower. An executive director of the Student Borrower Protection Center said that this is a new form of student debt, but it's coming from employers in your workplace. And although a 2014 study found that just 4% of workers were in one of these traps, the data suggests that 10% of people are now in them. That's an estimated 17 million workers. Companies say that they have to charge this because they're having to invest more in their workers because these are higher skilled jobs. But the reality suggests that by blocking them from seeking jobs elsewhere, they're able to drive down wages, limit bargaining power, and lock workers into unsafe working conditions. We're basically creating a new form of indentured servitude.
We need to be checking the hard drives of some of these female teachers' computers at school, okay? Because what do you mean you're wearing a bodycon dress to teach 16 and 17-year-olds? Younger than that even, 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-olds. A club dress, a short, fitted bodycon dress, leaving almost nothing to the imagination. That's what you're wearing to work? That's what you're wearing to teach 14, 15, 16. The only reason why you want to be attractive in that sense to a 14, 15, 16, or 17-year-old girl or boy is because you are attracted to 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-old girls and boys. You can't tell me any different. It's inappropriate. We're talking about dress code for the kids. Where the hell is the dress code for the teachers? I cannot imagine walking into my high school math class and my teacher wearing a bodycon dress and heels. Like, what the actual...
system below your feet, and you wouldn't have known about it unless you recorded this.
The shit I'm about to tell you right now, they're going to try and downplay. They're trying to make it seem like it's not that serious, but it is. So there's reports that there was the first ever human case of a flesh-eating screwworm. So a person came from Guatemala to the United States and is in Maryland right now and is infested with screwworm. Mind you, this screwworm infestation can be fatal. That means he can lose his life if it's not treated the right way. But if these parasites come in contact with you, it'll be a big problem. But I bet you that they won't tell you that in 2024, February, Costa Rica declared state of emergency for those same screwworm flies. And these same screwworm parasites love mammal flesh. So how you contract parasites is a screwworm fly. You heard what I just said? A fly lands on an open wound, and after they land on an open wound, they leave those eggs that they always lay. And within 24 hours, those screwworm eggs, yeah, they're gonna feast on your flesh. So once again, like I said, they're gonna tell you that this is not serious. This is serious because you don't know where it's coming from or where it came from.